Jolly good morning to you, everyone, and welcome back to Taraka Railways with me, Elizabeth. Today's date is the 13th of February 2025, and that is now exactly 25 minutes past 7 in the morning in South Africa. The reason why I decided to do a video about model cars on the layout, especially from Autoscale Hornby as well as BT models and Oxford models, layout 1.76 scale, that's double O gauge, is the fact that I had a Riley of my own that I inherited and that I fully refurbished and restored it to great lengths. I've gone to restore this vehicle to excellent condition, and yes, so this video is all about that. Quick one, this is an intro video into my new video on YouTube that I've launched this morning, and so please be sure to check it out. It is called Marilyn and a Police Car, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. If you love the layout and history of the 1950s, you will definitely see some great model cars on the layout and enjoy it with me. Thanks so much for joining me. One of the pages in this booklet, it's page number 9, and the title of the page on the top is Meeting New Friends, The MG Way by Tasha's Kutsia. And I thought I'd just have to share this with you guys so that you can hear the proof that I owned my Riley and what interesting people I've met on the way and how they perceived me or how they saw me back in the days when I was still basically a young adult, young woman coming into society and enjoying classic cars and just enjoying life. So in the Eastern Cape, there's also the MG Car Club in Port Elizabeth Centre, and there was a special, the title of this newsletter booklet is called The King of the Road and Port Elizabeth Centre. So this booklet and this special edition dated in April 2004 was shortly after my trip to Tsitsikamma, my hometown in the Eastern Cape, and the Storms River Bridge. Without further ado, I'm going to read from this page. So, Meeting New Friends, the MG Way. On Saturday, the 27th of March, our chairman Barry Jackson led a contingent of members to Storms River to meet up with prospective members of the Southern Cape. The meeting point was the clubhouse at 9 a.m., where we found Roy Harrison working in the bar, preparing for a 21st party in the evening. Roy's dedication to the club knows no bounds, and is because of his tireless enthusiasm that our club is on the sound financial footing that it is. Roy's service is totally voluntary and doesn't even receive a single clubman's point for all his efforts, these being reserved for those who wear MG regalia and attend MG events in their MGs. I think there is a misnumber here somewhere. Barry and I in his MGB GT, Des and Kathy Walls, and MGB GT, Russell and Julie Holden Jones, MGB GT, and John Bentel and Sandy Peters, Austin Healy Sprite, MKIV, set off at a brisk pace in near-perfect windstill conditions to rendezvous with the Humansdorp contingent at the Wimpy Bar in the upper part of town. Already waiting for us there were Colin and Betsy Ferreira in the Super MG TF, Tony and Glenys Morris Rubber Bump MGB GT, and Tony and Leslie Moore MGB Roadster. While greeting and chatting to each other a while, Rubber Bumper MGB GT pulled up and Kathy Peacock introduced herself as MG enthusiast, keen to join the club. She was shortly joined by her husband in a Triumph Bonville. Barry had a supply of entry forms and hand, and we had hoped to see welcoming into the club more members. The convoy set off towards Storms River on the old N2 and rode with Barry's MG in the lead. This road is well maintained, little used and winds gently through the countryside. It was as if it had been designed for MGs to travel on. At Witels, we joined the new into travelling the last few kilometres to Storms River Bridge, slowly to avoid being caught by the laser camera watching us from the other side of the road. The petrol port in Storms River was its unusual hive of activity, and we were soon joined by Southern Cape contingent. They consisted of Don and Marion Forsyth, an MGB Roadster, Mike and Gail Turner in an MGB Roadster, and Ross and Antoinette Lawson, King of the Road, April 2004. Page 2. MGA Coupe and Roger and Nita Davis in superb sweeping Lotus 7, our cars attracted a lot of attention from tourists exciting in a tour bus. One German-looking gentleman took countless photographs of our cars with his twin-lens Rolleiflex. Suddenly amongst the crowd, and this is where the part comes in, this is now reference to myself, Michelle Elizabeth, and so let's just get on with this. Starting this paragraph, it says, suddenly, in amongst the crowd of a spectacularly beautiful blonde girl and two of her friends appeared asking Colin technical questions about his TF. She told us that she was from Port Elizabeth and owned a Riley Pathfinder. Members fell over themselves and each other to answer her questions and to tell her what nice guys we are. I have always maintained that girls such as her must exist, but this was the first time I had ever seen one. I do hope we see her again, despite the disarray she left behind. We were soon on our way to Farmstall, where lunch was supposed to await us. Barry, Philip Blackhead, and had stopped at the Farmstall at the way home from last year's George Motor Show. So, just a quick one. So that was in reference to me where I told these MG guys that I owned a Riley and that I would like to join the club, etc., etc. So that is my background with the cars. So I've always been into cars and just enjoying life and enjoying classic things. You know, I always loved the classic stuff. Even my piano that I play is a 1923 H. Gone piano, and after all these years, it's still playing. It's more than 100 years old. It's 102 years old this year, and it's still going strong. It's really going strong. I cannot complain. And I do tune it now and then. And but having said that, so I just wanted to give a brief intro into my next video with Marilyn and the police car. So thank you everyone for joining me, and thank you for listening to my babblings on about classic cars and my life and my layout at Tarraco AA Railways. Wishing you a great day, and trust your weekend ahead will be filled with lots of fun. Be safe, take care, all my best. Regards, Elizabeth. Here you can see one of the memorabilia, popular silver teaspoons from the area, and we've sold a lot of these with the Apple Express in it that we designed, a little emblem of the Apple Express in it. So instead of the Storms River on top, we had the Apple Express inside of the spoon, and then also the Lurie Nasna bird, which is the Tarraco bird, as you can see here at the top. And on this specific silver spoon, it was the Tarraco bird, also known as the Nasna Lurie in South Africa, in the inside of the spoon, and then the Storms River emblem on the top. So yeah, this is my area, and these Tarraco birds were beautiful, mesmerizing, and absolutely a telltale of the area. And you couldn't walk anywhere in the bush or in the mountains without having these birds or sight or hear them. And it reminds me of home, and I definitely miss it here in Gauteng because we do not have these kind of birds here. It's completely a different feeling. The weather is different. It's a lot to get used to. But yes, going back to my roots there for a minute.